Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on what time you're watching this next episode from me, Avomance, in the Minecraft Survival Manual. Today, we are going to talk about science. Well, sort of. It's redstone. Now, redstone is a really important component of the Minecraft game because it means that you can get on with doing stuff whilst the game is doing other stuff for you. And that's really quite useful, so you can automate a farm, or you can make sure the lights turn on at night, or something like that, or you can get yourself transported from one area to another. Lots of different potential redstone interests. But before we do that, I got a little bit excited because there's a skeleton horse, and what I realised is when I right clicked on the skeleton horse, I think it's already tame, which sounds a bit strange. So I'm just going to get off of it because I've bought myself a little saddle here, and I'm going to pop a saddle on it. Yeah, look at that. It's already tamed. I've got a tamed skeleton horse, which means I can go riding. Hang on, I'm going to do it in third person. Let's go for a ride. Yes, run like the wind. Oh, I fell off. Let's get back on it. Run like the wind, and you can jump. They're rubbish at jumping. And I'm heading back towards my smoke signal, which I can see over the top of everything there. Brilliant. They're not very quick, are they, skeleton horses? I'm a bit disappointed, I have to say. It's not exactly red rum, is it? Oh my goodness. Right, anyway, let's get off of that fella and turn myself back around again. Oh dear. All right, not Dobbin. You're doing good. I'm very happy with you. What I need to do is I need to get myself some fences. Have I got any fences in there? No, they'll be in my wood doodah. I've only got 4. Oh, really? Okay, I best make myself some more fences. Let's pop you in the back here. There we go. If I come off there, and I'm going to put a little area around you to stop you running away. There we go. Now I know you're not going to disappear for 3 episodes like you did before, because that won't do at all. I am going to put some light on the back of it though. There is something quite unnerving at seeing a skeleton horse looking at you through the window just above your bed. Something not right about that. Anyway, we are looking at our crafting recipes now. So redstone is amazing. Redstone will power the world of Minecraft for you. To get your redstone recipes, come to this redstone tab down on the bottom left. That will open up a number of recipes for you. The first and foremost that we're going to make is a redstone torch. You can see redstone torch is made in exactly the same way as a normal torch, but rather than using coal or charcoal, you use a little bit of redstone. And what we're going to do is we're just going to use a number of redstone torches. I'll craft up a few more in a moment. The next recipe that we've got is the redstone repeater. And the redstone repeater is made out of 2 redstone torches, 1 piece of redstone, and 3 stone. And we're going to make 6 of them. Shift click, bang. The other one is a redstone comparator. Now redstone comparator needs more redstone torches, so shall I just make a decent number of those? Comparator. If I then do, let's have 4 comparators for now. Let's make a block of redstone. This is dead easy. We can just have a block of redstone there. I'm going to take 2 of those. An observer is probably my favourite block. I'm going to make 6 observers. A lever, always useful to have a few levers and a few buttons. Anything else we might want to think about making, I think at the moment, should we make a dropper or a dispenser? The dispenser, we need a bow. Droppers are okay. I think that's probably all right at the moment. So we've got a number of decent redstone items there. Now let's have a bit of a play. Another thing we got on our trip to the Nether was the glowstone dust, if you remember. So if we take the 16 glowstone dust and we put them into a 2x2 grid by pressing the left mouse button and dragging them around the shape that we want, that will give us 4 glowstone. So I'm just going to do that. If we then pop glowstone there and surround it by 4 pieces of redstone, we have a redstone lamp. And a redstone lamp is a very useful thing. And I'm going to use one redstone lamp simply to use as our indicator while we play with redstone. Today is not for complex redstone. Today is for some fairly basic redstone. So I'm going to use this redstone lamp as our indicator. So I'm just going to pop the redstone lamp down, and this is going to show that we've got a redstone signal when it eventually gets to it. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to run some redstone dust from the lamp to a lever. And what's going to happen now is when I flick that lever is going to power, and it will shoot the redstone signal right up this redstone line and into the lamp. This is the electricity of Minecraft. And it turns the lamp on and it turns the lamp off. If I just get rid of that lever and I use a button, so I've got a stone button here. Now a lever is permanently on or permanently off. With a button, it is on for a time and then it turns off. Wooden buttons are on for a slightly different amount of time. There you go. Now redstone is not infinite. So right now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I go 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and I then try and turn it on with a lever, the redstone will run almost all the way, but not quite. If I then remove the lever, and that bit of redstone, if I then pop that lever on, turn it on, you can see it gets all the way there. That is because redstone would only run 15 dots without running out of power. And you can see this is glowing far, far redder, and it gets less and less glowy until it gets to the end there. Let's just get this lever up. Now you can make a redstone line go much further if you wish to, and you do that by using a repeater. If I press a repeater into there, I then pop the redstone line so as it is much longer, like that. And I then get the lever, and I pop the lever on there. I turn it on. What happens is the redstone signal gets to here, and the repeater goes, whoa, hang on a minute, you're not as strong as you should be. I'm going to make you super strong. And it amplifies that signal back up to the maximum of 15, and it turns on that lamp over there. And that's exactly true if I was to keep going for a long redstone line. What it does do though is, I don't know if you saw when I turned it on, there is what's called a 1 tick delay. 1 tick is 1/10 of a second. So if I turn this on, it's not immediate that that lamp turns on. It's a 1/10 of a second delay. I can extend that by making it 2/10 of a second delay by putting that onto, you see there is definitely a delay there. I can make it 3/10 of a second delay by right clicking on it, much more significant delay there, and then 4 seconds delay, quite a significant delay on that. Now those delays can be quite useful if you're trying to make redstone lines time in certain specific ways, or you need something to fire but you don't want it to fire until 2 seconds after you pull the lever because something else needs to fire 1 second after you pull the lever. That is how you use these redstone components, and you can add those delays up over and over and over. So if I pop repeaters all the way along there, if I pop that redstone there, put the delay to 4 ticks on each one, turn that off, and then come around. See, I only just turned on. Turn it on so you can see the redstone signal goes up, and it takes ages for that to actually reach. If I get rid of that, it also takes ages for the signal to stop as well. A redstone torch itself is also a source of power, so that component that we just made those repeaters and comparator out of is a power source in itself. If I put that, see that lamp is off, if I put that on that block there, that will power that wire that goes all the way into that lamp. Now it's very easy to think, okay, but that's only a tiny little thing, it's not touching it. What you need to think is that this little torch here actually takes up the entirety of this block space. So the same as this block takes up all of that block space, this redstone torch also takes up all of that block space. And you can prove it by popping a block on the side of that, and if we then put redstone on top of that block, you can see that that redstone is pushing power, or that redstone torch is pushing power into that block, and you can tell because that redstone is lit up. The same is also true of the redstone wire. So if we were to put a block on top of this, it can't lay on top of the wire. It goes literally a whole block up, and that's because that redstone is taking up the entirety of that block. Now you can create some interesting contraptions that can allow you to give yourself a repeated signal. And what we do is we're going to create a very easy and simple redstone clock. So this redstone torch here pushes signal into that wire there, which pushes signal into this block. That powers the block, and the redstone torch sucks the power out. Now because that redstone torch has now got power, it turns off, it inverts the signal. It's called a NOT gate. So that signal is inverted. If I remove that redstone, you can see it turns back on again. If I put that redstone back, it turns off. If we then get another bit of redstone, pop it there, pop another block there with another torch there, if that torch is powered, that torch turns off. If I then put that redstone back, and if I then go around, now when I put this redstone into here, it's going to power this block. That block will turn that torch off, which will turn that wire off, which will turn that block off. That will turn that torch on because that block is no longer powered, so the torch is not inverted anymore. That turns that wire on, which powers this block, which inverts this torch, which turns off this wire, which turns on this torch, and you can see it goes round in a cycle. So if you watch, you're going to get flashing and flashing. There you go. This is called a redstone clock, and it's a very simple device that you can use for timing your redstone contraptions. And you can extend the timing on a redstone clock, or you make it longer by putting in a repeater, and maybe even putting in a delay on that repeater. You could put in another repeater if you wanted to, and put in even more delay. And you can put that so this flashes on and off at the same speed as that clock. Now repeaters are one directional. Now what that means is that signal can only go in the back and come out the front, and there's like a little arrow type shape showing you which way round it goes. It can't go in the opposite direction, and it doesn't come out of the sides, but you can get the signal to come out of the sides using a number of different ways. So you can see there's no signal coming out the side of that whatsoever. However, if we were to get an observer block, we can make a single tick pulse come out the side of this observer. We shove that there. You can see its little red bum there is going to let out a little redstone fart whenever the little face sees something change in front of it. If I turn this on, the repeater is going to turn on, and it will see that the repeater turns on, and that's called a block change, a block state change. And that will send out the little redstone fart, and then watch that redstone lamp, and it just has a single flash turn on. If I turn it off, again it has another single flash turn on. Now that observer will notice any block state change. So if I remove that, that's a change of the state of the block, and it has a little flash. If I was to place it back down again, that is another change of state, and the observer sees it. The observer is an incredibly useful little block. The one item we've not played with yet is the comparator. Now the comparator, as the name sounds, compares signals. It's a comparator, so it has to compare things. However, it does it in a number of things. There's two states for the comparator. One is in reverse mode, and one is in normal mode. And what it does is it compares the signal that's coming into the back of it with the signal that's coming into either side of it, and then squirts out the difference at the front. So if you've got a signal strength of 12 going in the side and a signal strength of 15 coming in the front, what that will do is that will squirt 3 out of the front. So what we've got here is the ability also to suck a signal directly out of a block that holds something. So a chest is a good example. A chest can become a redstone component, as could an item frame, or perhaps a furnace or something like that. if I was to put something inside this chest, that would give the chest a signal strength and the comparator will recognize it. So let's have a go. I'm going to put my sword in. You can see that the comparator has turned on. It's only got a signal strength of 1, but it has turned on. If I then put in another sword, signal strength of 2. Let's put in a load more stuff. Signal strength almost all the way to the lamp. So you control how much signal you put in by the number of items that go into the chest. That was a highly simplified breakdown way of explaining some of the simplest redstone around. Now you can use the information I've given you to create some really interesting contraptions that will automate dispensation of water, they'll automate gathering of crops, it'll automate all sorts of things. You can make some superb, even flying machines using redstone. Now, make sure you go and see Frilioth's version of this video. This is Frilioth's bag. He is a redstone genius, and I highly recommend you go and take a look. Make sure you slap like on both of our videos if you have enjoyed it. And also, if you've not done it already, please do hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to see you in my sub club, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.